Okay. So as you know, San Diego Studios is about to drop a video that's going to talk about updates and changes coming into MLB The Show 21. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already saw the premiere. But for me, this goes on in 2 hours. Now, I know I heard some rumors about potential maybe trailer drops. Maybe that can happen near the end of the video. Maybe new cards. We have no idea. You know, sometimes they can go ahead and throw something in there. So what I'm trying to say is, I have no idea what else is going to be said besides pitching and hitting tips. We're also going to go ahead and break down the video right after reacting to it. So guys, don't forget to hit that like and sub button. And yep, I guess I'll see you in 2 hours.
2 hours later.
Somebody tell me to go.
Okay. Is this the... Hold on. Is this the trailer? Is this the trailer? No. No, it's not the trailer. No, okay. I was tripping.
Welcome everybody to the first of many feature premieres. I'm your host, Ramon Russell. I will be joined by various members of the development team. What's a feature premiere, you ask? Well, it will be a video where we will break down the deets and goods on all of the new things coming to MLB Show 21. When can you watch them? You can watch them every Thursday leading up to the launch at 3 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
Where can you watch
so every Thursday, there's going to be a premiere.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So let's get
all right
into
Facebook,
it.
YouTube, and Twitch.
Kyle Saul, gameplay producer. We're going to talk about gameplay styles, pitching and hitting, thing called par. What the heck is par? We're going to find out. Pinpoint pitching and a few little surprises. So Kyle, please introduce yourself to the people.
What is going on, everybody? I am absolutely pumped to be here and excited to talk about
How come they don't show their faces?
to MLB The Show 21 and welcome all our new users to MLB The Show 21 as well.
That's right, and some of the things we're going to be talking about today is specifically designed for new users. So this is the first
towards
of 6
Xbox
total
people.
feature premiere episodes. Today's
Or,
pitching and hitting.
you know, just new
Next
people.
week we're going to be talking about fielding, but let's get back into it. Let's talk about gameplay styles.
All right.
Kyle, we are looking at the gameplay style screen. This is the first screen you're going to see when you boot up the game, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we have a new way to select your gameplay styles, your difficulties, and favorite teams.
Okay.
And the video that you guys are taking a look at will show you that new process as well. So you're going to hop in, set your gameplay style first. And if you take a look, we got casual, easy, fun, pick up and play experience, emphasis on learning the game. We want you to go in there, have a good time, freely experiment with all our interfaces and new features without feeling too much stress. Simulation, our authentic MLB experience that plays
I think for me, I would go maybe simulation. I don't think I'm on that competitive level yet, but I want to take 21, you know, very seriously. So
franchise, pretty solid right there. And competitive, user stick skills reign supreme, and our online head-to-head default. And we're doing our best to make sure
this is awesome. This is awesome.
No exploits, no spammable interfaces, anything like that in that setting.
Okay.
Right, so let's take even a deeper dive there. So it's not just you're picking how you want to play the game. Like casual serves 2 purposes, right? That's where your onboarding is, and it's a funner experience. And what's really important here, especially with casual and competitive, they did not exist before this year. The engine on the back end actually changes if you pick these 2, right, Kyle?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Ramon. You can kind of think of gameplay styles as a difficulty, except what we're adjusting here is the AI tuning, balance, and scaling for things like bunts, check swings, contact swings, and steals.
Oh, I get it. So the certain level you choose will affect your gameplay and ranked or anything like that. I think so, right? I think that's what I'm trying to get, right?
What I can give you is if you have a fast runner on first, maybe they've stolen 2 or 3 bases that game, you know, that pitcher's going to want to pick over, keep that guy in check. You know, and as a new user, we don't want you to feel that stress. We want you to be able to take a lead and learn how to steal, learn how to take those bases. So that's kind of the stuff that we're trying to do. A good way to think about it is the CPU is not trying.
That's actually pretty smart.
You can fool around.
Pretty smart for new people.
Spamming to counter your play. So it's really a theme of just less stress there with that casual setting.
Right, so simulation has always been in the game, and simulation has always been like a 50-50 split between user stick skills and player ratings. But what's new this year, and this should make the competitive online crowd very happy, is that competitive, it's not 50-50, right?
No, sir, not anymore. We tried to put pretty much everything we could on the user, from check swings now to your inputs on the pitching meter. We try to widen that gap between good and bad input. You know, we have our strict rules in there.
He's just like, put in the mic.
Reducing all randomness with wind off, limiting those fielding errors that you would see, and you know, especially those punishments with when you're trying to bring in pitchers in the bullpen with low energy.
So
they're gonna fail the closer they get to 0. We really want you to have to pay attention as much as you can to baseball strategy.
So did they fix the fielding errors?
And now we are jumping into difficulty level. So Kyle,
wait, I thought that was the difficulty level.
Difficulty and any other difficulty changes.
Oh, well, I don't know. Oh, never mind. I get it now. Sorry. I thought. I mean, it's difficulty level changes your settings, but this here is what, like for hitting and stuff like that.
Choose your difficulty, All-Star Hall of Fame, and then be able to dynamically set it from there. So you know, in a lot of situations, and speaking from just personal, I'm like hovering between All-Star Hall of Fame, and I never know exactly where to go. So I set All-Star, but I think I'm too good. I set Hall of Fame, I get beaten. Now I go All-Star Dynamic, and then I can watch myself progress up to Hall of Fame, or maybe unfortunately move down to veteran.
You know you're a veteran player, man. We don't have to. We're all friends here.
New people definitely go with beginner. Go with beginner.
All friends here. So that's new. So that is gameplay styles. Those are the changes to dynamic difficulty and difficulty level. Remember, if you're picking up the game for the first time, especially for our Xbox fans, you're probably going to want to just choose dynamic. And dynamic is
never mind. Go with dynamic. Whatever. I went with beginning. I mean, beginner when I first started out.
To help you learn and get better at the game. Or you could just, you know, start on legend and get crushed by the CPU. It's all up to you. The choices in your hands.
Hey, watch out for the CPU.
We've talked about gameplay styles. We've talked about difficulty levels. Now let's talk about pitching and hitting. But before
please get to that.
Some gameplay and let's talk
check swings. Come on. Yes.
We've made some changes to check swings. Kyle, what are those?
So yeah, you got it right, Ramon. We spent quite a bit of time and effort improving check swings for MLB The Show 21.
Yes.
We want that check swing animation.
Yes.
User input as much as possible. And
yes.
A number of changes this year that we.
This is the one feature that need to be fixed. It's check swings.
System that we have by putting in some upper and lower limits. So essentially that means fewer borderline check swings, more early, more late. You know, we found out we were being pretty generous with that check swing call, and we got more generous as the year progressed.
Wait, he just went past the plate!
Adjustments there. We also, to I think everyone's satisfaction, removed discipline completely from the equation and a few other rules that were making that check swing result inconsistent.
Right, so removing discipline from the equation for our new fans and people that might not be too familiar with the game, let's break that down. A player's discipline rating would influence your ability to check or not to check.
Yes.
So we've taken that out the game and now it's 100% on the user, correct?
Yep.
What's on the
user?
So 125 discipline rating does not matter at all?
I don't know how much a check swing.
Is that what they're saying?
You can train yourself. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that think they
is
can
that what
do it. I'm terrible.
Is that what they're saying?
I don't think you're very good either, too, Ramon. So, you know, maybe it's a trained skill, and if it is, we're gonna find some people that are gonna get really good at this. So that's what we wanted to do. Put it on you guys.
I'm a check swing king, man. I don't know what you talking about. All right, so we talked about.
Okay, so
styles,
yeah,
pitching,
discipline. It's all on you, not the player's rating. Discipline.
We're gonna pull up a little graph here, and this is gonna show you the very vast majority of swings from the totality of MLB Show 20. We're talking billions upon billions of swings. And as a development team, we were really satisfied with how the hitting engine shaped out throughout the totality.
The line drive, perfect outs, right? Yeah.
Correct, Kyle?
Yeah, you're spot on with that assessment, Ramon. We went into 20 making
107 straight to second base, right?
Contact grading was hovering around 850, and through the course of the cycle, we maintained that average throughout, and we were really excited about that. With good timing, good contact, we're above 500. And most importantly, I think peak and okay contact are not being awarded close to
just some stuff about perfects that just need to be fixed, man. Where's the earlies? Where's the earlies? Aren't the earlies always home runs? Where's the earlies?
We separated the contact grades, and they fall kind of right in line with what we're looking and our expectations for those.
All right, and so again, we're never satisfied. We will, when the game comes out, we will be working. We will make changes based off of the data and the feedback because we're always listening. But that didn't mean we didn't make some changes. Didn't we touch on foul balls?
We did touch on foul balls. We made our perfect foul balls 99+% fair now. You know, they were at 98, so we made them 99.
Perfect hits have
things like that. Always
9.
Find those ways.
So yeah, that what percent is
our features that we've added in.
Right,
perfect foul balls are
gameplay styles.
booty.
All right, Kyle, we're going to talk about par. What is par? Why is par?
What's this?
I think I know why par is. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we heard all year was when I'm pitching online or offline and I get what I think is a perfect meter, a perfect input, the ball goes nowhere where I want it to. Now, granted, pitches aren't super duper accurate, but some are. You know, we got some guys out here dealing in the major leagues. Not everybody's Greg Maddux, we know that. But was par put in the game to deal with this feedback?
Absolutely, Ramon. You know, we want to set expectations for our user, and par, perfect accuracy region, it does exactly that. So the most important thing that you guys are going to want to know about par is that it represents the area that your ball can go when you execute your pitching mechanic perfectly. It's offered with analog, meter, and pinpoint pitching.
I mean, this is awesome, but honestly, if you're a good hitter at a play and you're dotting up, you can still lose a ball game because of that. But this is awesome to go ahead and hear that they fixed pitching.
Result, which we weren't doing before. Par's affected by your energy, your confidence. Your curveball in the first won't look like your curveball in the seventh. And some of the cool things that it does in Road to the Show is it highlights your progression, and it also gets to show off the perks and quirks that particular player has. So that's pretty awesome.
Right. So we're basically like as you pick your pitch, there's a little shadow around the ball, and what this is displaying to the end user, input is perfect. This ball will land somewhere within this region.
Yep, you got it right.
Okay.
It's perfect for pitch strategy and helping you locate pitches in the zone and on the black. Now that you have an expectation for your perfect result, it will definitely help you aim your ball within that zone. And so when we take a look here at some of these images, you can see that the pinpoint on fastball on your rookie is essentially a pinpoint. It's almost impossible to see if we were to zoom in on it, and there's not much difference between that curveball on rookie either. So those are pretty tiny accuracy regions.
Okay, I think I understand what they're saying about that. I don't really know.
Fastball on legend, and you can definitely see that your accuracy is a little bit bigger, and obviously way bigger on that curveball. A little bit more difficult to throw, and you know.
So the bigger the accuracy, the more you're gonna get a chance to dot it up. I think that's what's being said, right? I think so. The smaller it is, the more tired your pitcher is.
Off balance.
Right, and this really goes back to I'm playing MLB The Show 20. I choose a curveball. I'm putting it in the dirt, and my input looks like it's almost perfect, and I end up hanging that curveball. Now, if I get that perfect input, that ball is going to fall within the region of that shadow, correct?
Yep, yes, sir. 100% of the time.
And that shadow is going to shrink and grow based off the pitcher, the pitching interfaces I'm using, the difficulty that I'm playing on, how much energy he has, how much confidence he has in that pitch. So you're going to see that shadow shrink and go throughout the game and as I go through different pitches.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I like to hear this.
It just highlights and really helps you with pitching strategy.
We're gonna see
so many cool and unique things that it's probably one of my most excited features to get in the game.
Awesome. We are looking at Blake
they won't let me finish talking.
Pitches. So Kyle, what are we looking at?
So yeah, like you said, we got Blake Snell's 1 through 4 pitches.
And that's the new pitching setting that they just added. I still don't understand it. When I even played a beta,
is normally way
I don't get it.
Than their 4th or 5th pitch type. You know, every pitcher is different, and it's possible for some to be closer in others, but they'll definitely vary between 1 through 4. So in these images, you can see Blake Snell's fastball has a pretty tight little perfect accuracy region, which is phenomenal and what you can expect with a fastball. But when you take a look at that curveball, his perfect region is quite a bit bigger. However, just make sure that you keep in mind, a curveball can still be effective even if it's not within that reason. So maybe you don't get perfect, but you get good. You know, it still can throw them off, and your accuracy will still be relatively close to that region as well.
So Kyle, does par expand
I think I get that.
past perfect?
I don't know.
Can we extrapolate that if I'm not perfect, but I'm really good, that maybe it's going to land in a little larger area of that circle, or am I in the no man's land where I'm not sure where my pitch could end up landing?
No, there's definitely a possibility that you can come close to that perfect region, though, you know, the whole point of our interface is to set our expectations, and we can definitely set that expectation for perfect, but there's a lot of other inputs going on. So, you know, we're only guaranteeing that perfect result for you, but know that a good executed pitch will still fall relatively close to that area.
Right. So speaking of pitches, if you're looking at his pitches, and this is something a lot of people might not know, when you're selecting your pitches, they are listed in the order of how often they threw that pitch last year, and that corresponds with basically the effectiveness and how often they threw it. So Blake's fastball, that's the pitch that he threw the most and has the most control with, right, Kyle?
That's correct.
His curveball, that's going to be the last pitch on the list. That's basically telling the user this is the pitch he threw the least and or threw the less strikes with, right,
Okay.
You got it.
And so that's basically letting you know that 4th or 5th pitch. It's really important to really know the guys that you're using and to look in their player card and to go and see what those control ratings are. So you have a better idea of, is this a pitcher who I know he has confidence with all 4 pitches, or is this a pitcher where he has 5 pitches and he only throws his curveball 2 or 3 times a game, and I probably shouldn't spam it.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, think about it. Like Steven Strasburg or Max Scherzer, their 5th pitch is not going to be the same as maybe a AA player's.
Kind of get what they're saying. Can we get to the hitting and
those differences there
hitting stuff now?
Right, so definitely make sure you check your guys' pitches, check their control ratings, their break ratings, because there's a lot of information going on there. And again, what PAR was designed to do was to give you the information to show you if you're perfect on this interface, this is where it's going to land. So let's take a look at Jacob deGrom's pitches.
So here we just wanted to highlight the differences between our 3
How do you pitch with that thing on the left?
Is our most accurate 3 inputs.
I use pulse.
So
yes, I'm a pulse user. You can go ahead and clown me. I don't know how to pitch with meter or pure analog, but how do you pitch with this new thing called pinpoint?
And that's because there's a huge asymmetry between under and overthrows in meter, which makes that timing pretty risky, but also very fun as well. And then analog is our 3rd most accurate, and there's also a timing element that
Yeah, okay, yeah, so the bigger that thing around the ball is, the more accurate you'll be.
So it's
so why use pinpoint?
There's a lot of information there that people don't know. So what you're basically saying is the new pitching interface, which we're going to do a deep dive in next, pinpoint pitching. It is, or it can be, the most accurate pitching method for those out there with the best stick skills, and you can see that
with the all right. I think I get what I'm saying.
Would be meter, and again with meter, it's high and low, so there's a lot of risk and reward there. And then the least accurate is analog, correct?
That's correct. And there's not a ton of differentiation, but there is some there. And you know, we're just trying to strike.
And I find pulse to be very accurate.
And difficulty in executing those end result.
Right. And Brian does a lot of work making sure that every single pitching and hitting method in the game is balanced. And that's why we're showing you this slide here. We have spent a ton of time, well, not me, Brian has spent a ton of time balancing this out. And so we also want to thank you for everybody who played in the tech test and tried out pinpoint pitching and all the pitching methods for helping us out to try to make sure this is as balanced as possible. And like we always do, once the game's out, we will listen to feedback, we will look at the data and make the changes
I want to see
necessary and that makes sense. So
I want to see how the first week of 21 is going to be.
The new pitching method that was
here we go.
In our early Coach and Fernando Tatis Jr. videos, and it was also in the technical test. So Kyle, what is pinpoint pitching and why did we put it in the game this year?
Okay, so maybe I said PAR was my favorite feature, but I think pinpoint might be. I love how challenging it is, the risk reward, how it changes pitcher to pitcher. So pinpoint is our new way to pitch. It combines a little bit of meter, a little analog, and a new specific motion that you're going to be performing with your R stick. You're going to be rated on our GERD system, gesture performance, release timing, and direction of your release. This generates 3 inputs compared to our usual 1 or 2 with other interfaces. And if all 3 are performed right, you're going to generate a perfect release with very, very high accuracy.
Like doing math equation?
It is the hardest pitching method, but it is also the most accurate. So there's that balance that we're always trying to find in gameplay stuff, right, Kyle?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so let's break it down. Pinpoint pitching, how does this interface work?
Please!
So the first thing you're gonna notice as you aim your pitch, that arrow and circle on the bottom will move left or right.
I don't have a PS5. I'm on my PS4, but I gotta figure out how to do this. All right, so
this location will be important when you finish your pitching motion. Next, you're gonna see the preview inside the interface. Each pitch type has a distinct motion that needs to be performed at the same speed as the preview. That's super important. You got to perform that pitch gesture motion at the same speed as the preview, which correlates to the pitch motion of the pitcher on the mound. So that's a really cool aspect because it's going to change from pitcher to pitcher. And so your performance executing this input is known as the gesture rating.
So do I do a loop-de-loop and then do a hi-ya?
Mechanics pop up. And this is a really nuanced part of this interface, so you're definitely going to want to pay attention to the way it works. So this timing mechanic, as you begin your motion, pops up at the 12 o'clock position, and all of your pitches will finish at this 12 o'clock position. The gears, you'll notice, are blue.
Wait, so you just go like that? That's pretty easy.
Start to close in on one another in an effort to help you keep the right timing with your motion.
Whoa, you need your
ideal
R stick
timing
too?
For a perfect timing would be when those rings are overlapped on one another, giving you
Okay.
the appearance that there's really just one ring there. You'll notice some dynamically colored feedback along the way that will help you keep pace as well. We're trying to give you as many possible ways to make sure that you have perfect timing. Green is good, on time. Yellow means that you need to slow down a little bit.
I think I get
Red
that.
means you're failing.
Okay.
Right, so timing is key here. And when you pick your pitch, it's going to start the cycle so you can get that timing down. So we're going to give you that preview of the timing that you're trying to match, right?
Right, and it's definitely not an easy thing to master. This is definitely a more experienced, a more competitive mechanic, but one that rewards you because of that. Once you get that 12 o'clock position, there's going to be another timing mechanic that shows up exactly where you placed your arrow and circle at the bottom just before executing your pitch. Again, the ideal timing is when those rings overlap or the appearance is just
So I could have my ring on the left. I just needed to align it with the other ring and stuff like that. Yeah.
A really cool factor in this is that each pitcher has a distinct pitch timing and motion. And so Kershaw in his windup, you're going to have to sit a little bit at the top, and it's going to take a little bit of patience and trial and error. Whereas someone coming straight out of the stretch is going to be a quick, like 1 second. So it's going to take something to master, but that's exactly what we were looking for out of it.
Just go.
And the pitches change per pitch type, correct?
Correct. Fastball, 4-seam fastball, straight up and down being the easiest, with all of the other off speeds having intricate motions.
Wait, I gotta look
This
at.
is what
Wait.
right? What we're trying to really replicate here is what's happening on the mound in real life, where 9 times out of 10, a guy's best pitch is his fastball.
So you
right?
do with the
So
R
that's gonna
stick,
be
and
the
then you,
easiest
yeah,
pitch
hi-ya.
to and locate.
Okay.
And then as you're going
Easy.
down the line,
Easy.
those
I think I get it.
second
I think I get
it's
it.
a little bit dicier, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you get down to that, the gesture for the curveball is probably the hardest. Actually, is the gesture for the curveball the hardest?
It is one of the hardest. I think I'd have to go with splitter, or maybe, it would be the splitter.
Okay, well they all do a loop-de-loop, and it ends with the hi-ya.
Oh, by far.
I think
And
that's.
another
I think
aspect
that's
of pinpoint
what
that's pretty cool.
I'm
If
getting.
you think of a pitcher in real life, they have a
Header
lot of
goes
things
that way,
they're
screwball
trying to think
that
about,
way.
their pitch grip, runners on base if possible, trying to keep themselves in sync and in time. And so that's exactly what you're trying to do
Slider?
on the mound. You're trying to manage
Whoa,
all
what?
these inputs
Yeah.
while executing a pitch correctly. And I can tell you from experience, I'm pitching a
Wait,
phenomenal
what?
game, and I have to switch pitchers in the 7th or 8th with a guy with a quicker windup, and I find myself, I'm relearning it for a pitch or two. And it's a really cool.
I'm gonna be like,
aspect of
uh-oh,
this,
and I gave up a home run.
Pitching at the major leagues is very hard.
Yeah, get good. Get
That's
good.
why those guys make the big bucks.
Yeah.
So that is pinpoint pitching. Let's look at gameplay and see how we can do this.
Let's go. Let's go.
So we
Come
are
on.
Jumping into gameplay here, looking at.
All right,
Snell's
let's see.
Zilla
Ooh,
pitching in
okay.
that great new
Okay.
San Diego.
Oh, I
Padres
think.
uniform.
Oh, yes, I see how this gets. What happened to my? What?
So we have swing analysis. We also have pitch analysis. Or is it even called pitch analysis, Kyle?
Yeah, you know what, you can call it.
Oh, you have to try to recreate it? Is that what it is?
Pitch analysis. What are we looking at that's popping up
confused.
on the gesture?
Okay, so what you're seeing in descending order is your gesture accuracy grade,
Okay,
your release
fastball.
timing grade, and your direction grade. Each box will change colors.
Did they not
dynamically
call? Okay,
depending
okay, I was
on
like, did they not call that a
so
strike?
Green being good, yellow okay.
Okay, you gotta
and
recreate.
red
Okay,
is
the
failed.
move.
We're trying to
Okay,
give you
okay, I
as
think I
many
get it.
possible ways to.
And then you got.
show
Yeah,
us
yeah.
the
Okay, I get it.
whether
I get it now.
colors
I get it.
or
Yes.
actual
Okay, I'm done. I get it. I get it. I get it. I
how
get
you're
it.
doing and performing the mechanic.
Right.
And so in that top accuracy box, you're going to see that we display your percentage accuracy for performing that specific gesture. There's some different
Ooh,
thresholds.
Nolan-
between fastballs and
Nolan Arenado versus Snell.
This is our timing portion, and we're displaying
Hiya.
hundredths of a second.
Oh, you do the hi-ya once he releases it.
Also take note
Oh,
of
I thought you just do the hi-ya and then he releases it by himself. Oh, I see how that gets hard now. I see how that gets hard.
See how you're performing on that.
Got
So as you're
it.
pitching
Got
in
it.
real time, we're giving you feedback so you can get
Hiya,
better in
yeah,
real time
okay.
As you're trying to strike out.
Got it, got it.
Ground and fly balls, right?
I got it.
You got it. You got it. And then that bottom portion right there is your direction grade, and will tell you how many degrees off you were of your intended target.
That's
And
nice.
Was that a perfect I saw? Is that perfect pitching now?
There is perfect pitching.
Is it perfect
That's
pitching
a
only
good one right there.
pinpoint, or does it transfer to the other interfaces?
Nope. Hey, that's
Fun's
that's
accuracy
part for you.
looks
We got
different,
about
too.
All three of those: pinpoint, analog, and meter.
That is awesome. And again, yes, pinpoint pitching is the most complicated. It has the biggest learning curve, but it is also the most accurate. So the best competitors in MLB The Show 21, this is the pitching interface you're going to want to try to master, right?
Totally. It definitely is. It comes with its challenges, but it rewards you because of them. So, you know, I'm using it. I'll tell you that.
Nice. So we've talked about pinpoint pitching and we've talked about feedback. You know what? We also talked a little bit about practice. You're going to need to practice this. So how can
When are they going to get into hitting?
Pitching. What about hitting? Have we done anything to practice modes?
We have done a little bit to both, which I'm really excited about. I myself need a place to practice, and so what better way to work on these new interfaces or work on your areas of weakness than hop into the new batting practice and bullpen session areas.
Bullpens?
What? Practice, you're allowed to force pitch type for the current pitcher's repertoire and force pitch location. So this is pretty awesome because it gives you, each user, the opportunity to work on it exactly what.
Okay.
Those 3 zones and go right for it as long as you need. And similarly with the bullpen session and working on your pinpoint, it's going to take a lot of practice just to
I appreciate you for you guys to go ahead and add this.
Perfect spot, stress-free, to get a feel for to try to keep yourself in.
See, but wait! That wasn't even. Okay. I thought that was gonna be gone. I was like, that's not even in the PCI.
To feedback. I mean, if we have the time and the resources, we're always going to try to attack those soft spot areas based on the feedback from the community. And these new custom practice editions are just that. People have been asking for years, like, look, I can't hit a high and inside fastball. I want to be able to go into practice mode and just practice on high and inside fastballs and nothing else. And you can do that now, right?
Yep, you can absolutely do that. And you know, it's something I love. I spend a lot of
time boy,
kind
Tatis
of before I get into any games now when I'm playing on 21, and it's pretty cool. It kind of warms me up for the day, gets my timing down, so it's pretty nice.
Right. So we got force pitch type, force location, and free practice. And you can use all of the pitching interfaces. You can use all of the hitting interfaces, and you can set up different scenarios to basically give you anything you need to be able to try to get better at the game.
Yeah.
Like with me playing last year online, when people would bring in flamethrowers, I'm like, oh, I'm done. So now you can go in there and you can.
I wonder what Ramon's ranked record is and how far he's made it into ranked seasons.
And something really cool.
What his rating is.
You can change your gameplay style settings in the options, so you can be in custom practice and see what pinpoint's like on competitive, and then switch to casual and see how pinpoint is a little bit easier for the casual users when you're there. So it's a pretty cool way to highlight multiple different facets of the game that we've added in this year.
That's awesome. So we've talked a lot about pitching and hitting. We've introduced gameplay styles, broke those down.
Wait.
We talked about.
Wait, did you guys talk about like
changes. We introduced
some weird hits and stuff like that? You know, like the ones that make no sense. You guys gonna...
anything we're missing?
Yes. The weird hits.
Swing timing extremes for worst cases on all of our pitches.
Yes, improvements to perfect hitting. That's also
hits,
needs to be
to be fixed. Improvements to perfect, improvements to
base running too. Same thing with fielding, man.
And then a few changes to base running, just making sure when you're trying to target those.
I think maybe that's the next
the
video.
Right runners
I don't know.
Are heading home or heading back to the base, just like you would have intended.
They all.
And I think that is going to bring.
Okay, next video they should do and talk about is why outfielders take a million years to throw the ball and why they don't lock onto the ball too.
Join us, but we got a legend reveal video.
Wait, Yankees! Oh no! Oh! It's Derek Jeter? Is this what everybody's been asking about? No way! Wait. No, I got fooled! No, wait! God, wait, it's not Derek Jeter. That Alfonso Soriano? Okay.
And now he is Alfonso Soriano, the first of a few legend reveals that
I'll take that. I'll take that. I like Alfonso Soriano. I like his swing.
Next week we will
I like his swing.
all things fielding. We got
Yes!
a complete fielding overhaul, y'all.
Guys read my mind.
Play director Chris Gill will be joining us for that. And then the next week, we're going to have another feature.
Take that. I'll take that. They really fooled us with the 2, though.
Every Thursday
Like,
at 3 p.m. Pacific
y'all prank us on that one.
It feels so good to be back. We'll see you guys next week.
I like this one. I like it. I like it. All right, guys. So that was the reaction to the video that SCS just dropped. Now we're going to go ahead and break down what we saw, what I saw. I'm going to try my best to go ahead and talk about it and go ahead and explain it further for you guys. Not the brightest out there, but we're going to go ahead and try our best. So one of the first things, this has already been mentioned, is the 3 different levels of gameplay style. The first being casual, the second being simulation, the third being competitive. Honestly, for me, I would go either simulation or competitive just because of my gameplay level. If you're new, you might want to go casual just to go ahead and get into the game. So Xbox players, you want to go ahead and just, you know, have a smooth transition into getting into MLB The Show 21. Maybe casual is for you. Next, they mentioned that they went ahead and improved check swings. And honestly, this was pretty interesting to go ahead and listen to. I think I got this clearly. They said that players' disciplines, like if a player has 125 or even very low discipline, what do you call it, rating, it does not matter all. It now only matters on you, the person playing the game. So I think if you double tap on the swing button, you're gonna get a check swing, you're gonna check swing. But honestly, sometimes when you try to swing for a ball, the player would do it by himself. So I think what I'm getting from this is that doesn't matter anymore. It's onto you. So if you're gonna swing at a ball that's freaking 10 feet off the plate, and usually sometimes you might get a check swing from it because of the player's discipline level, it's not going to matter in 21. I think that's what I'm getting from what they said. Next, they went ahead and talked about pitching, and one thing that they mentioned, I was kind of confused a little, was this little ring that they have around a ball. I forgot what they said. I was trying to look back and I couldn't find it. But what I think I got from it is that the larger it is, if you're on a higher difficulty level, I think that's what they're saying, you will have a better chance at going ahead and dotting your pitch. And the smaller it is on the ball, there's a most likely chance that your pitcher's either low on energy, stamina, and his confidence is not that high. That's what I go. I have to go ahead and watch other people's videos to go ahead and clarify that. Now, the new pitching setting that they just added called pinpoint pitching. Yes. I was confused as heck when playing the beta how to go ahead and use it. I just went back to pulse. But now I have a better clarification. So as they said, say if you're throwing like a curveball, they show the pinpoint pitching, and you start off right in the middle, and it basically shows you where you have to go. It's like an outline. So if you have to go to the left, you go all the way around with your L stick, and you have to recreate that, I believe, with your R stick. And so you go all the way around, try to end on top, and then right when the pitcher is going to release the ball, you have to, as I said, hiya it to the middle and have the 2 dots aligned. Hopefully that makes sense. Honestly, that's what I think. That's what I think. We're almost done. The next thing they went ahead and talked about was a new practice mode settings and how they went ahead and customized it a bit, where you can go ahead and, you know, do bullpens, hitting sessions, go ahead and focus on certain pitches you want to go ahead and work on. As you can see right here, like you can go ahead and just work on your fastball, even on like the specific zones in the strike zone, which I think is an absolute W because, you know, I mean, I don't really go in practice mode to go and work on my pitching, mostly just hitting. I just turn up the difficulty on the pitching to go ahead on legend. I don't think they really mentioned anything about the hitting. I don't think so. I have to, let me see. No, yeah, the hitting is just basically the same. If you just want to match up with any pitcher you want to go ahead and face, like you want to face Lamet, Blake Snell, Kershaw, Scherzer, that's basically the same, but they just went ahead and just added more to practicing your pitching. We are on the final part of the breakdown of today's video by San Diego Studios for MLB The Show 21. The legend reveal that you'll probably see at every single premiere video on Thursday. The first legend they went ahead and revealed was Alfonso Soriano, and they got us good because they showed 2, and it was a Yankee, and we all thought it was Derek Jeter. I thought it was Derek Jeter. They just showed DJ LeMahieu at shortstop. I think that was DJ LeMahieu, and I thought it was Derek Jeter, but it was Alfonso Soriano. Honestly, I'll take it. I like Alfonso Soriano's swing. I have his baseball card. I mean, he's a cool dude. He's a really good baseball player. I think it's going to be an absolutely fun card to go ahead and use. We don't know his rating. I don't think they mentioned it, but I think this is an absolute W. So Yankees fans and people who wanted Derek Jeter, we got pranked. but we'll take Alfonso Soriano. So guys, I know I did go a little fast, but I think I broke down pretty much most of the stuff. I don't know if I missed anything. If I did, go ahead, roast me. So let me know down below what made you excited from today's video. Was it the legend reveal? Was it the new pitching stuff? Was it the check swings, pinpoint pitching? I mean, just let me know. So don't forget to hit that like and sub button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.